Hello everybody, welcome to Module 1 video. Please make sure you watch the introduction video first so you become familiarized with the introductory module here, which has asked you to go through the flip video introductions, the syllabus, calendar at a glance, and anything else. I will be only discussing the Module 1 assignments in this video, so if you did not see that introductory video, please go back and view that video first and then come back to this Module 1 video. So click on module, you'll notice that January 16th is Tuesday and it ends on Sunday. Typically what will happen is the course will open on Monday morning and close Sunday night. Because of MLK weekend, we are a little short on that, so I opened up today, January 15th, give you an extra day. But please note that moving forward, it'll end January 21st. Module 2 will start Monday, January 22nd and end Sunday, January 28th. So click on Module 1 and everything collapses here. Notice this is Blackboard Ultra, so it looks a little different in terms of organization. So click on Learning Outcomes. You'll see that we're looking specifically at reading aloud this first module from Mem Fox's Reading Magic, one of your required textbooks. So we'll think about the significance of reading aloud and how it helps development of literacy and social skills, and thinking about how we can apply the reading techniques from Mem Fox and thinking about language development, cognitive abilities, and read alouds in an applying sense. So here's the reading and lecture materials. You'll notice there will always be a module task checkoff list right here. It will typically reflect what's on the course calendar, but probably with more detail. Click on module tasks. So the 4 things we have is signing up for Goodreads and reading your 4 to 8 books and log on to Goodreads. As I mentioned in the introductory video, a large chunk of this class is reading and responding to children's literature. So each week you will have a 4 to 8 books on Goodreads expectation. So here's the link for Goodreads. And you'll see I'm already logged in. Here's my account. And when you, so you make your account, and I'm asking you to add me as Dr. Zuccaro. Please note you have to put Dr. period and then my last name, Zuccaro, to find me. You'll see my picture there in the corner. You need to add me as a friend, and you can start browsing Goodreads. Now note, you'll see here, there's a lot of things going on here, like the best books of 2023, lots of recommendations, there's bookshelves you can make. You can see your friends and what they read. So let's say I want to read The Kindest Red. So I type the title into the search button, The Kindest Red. And maybe I need to do the different. Okay, notice I tried a different title the second time because the author information should pop up, and usually it should have some sort of rating here, and then it has all sorts of things for here. So buy on Amazon, rate the book, different genres here, different information for publishing, a little summary, and that kind of thing. So click the button read, and I've already read it, so I'm going to click the word read, and it's on my back to school children's literature tag. I'm going to press done. This is how you're going to log your weekly Goodreads readings and make sure that you are reading 4 to 8 books each week. You can organize them as bookshelves. So when you click on My Books, click on Edit, and I can add a shelf. So maybe I want to add Ramadan. So now I have that. Ramadan down here. Okay. So that's signing up for Goodreads. Going back to our module tasks. Then we have 2 things with Mem Fox's Reading Magic. So I asked that you do, you start reading Magic chapters 1 through 7 and takeaways for each chapter. So we scroll down to assignments here. And there's Mem Fox Reading Magic takeaways. Notice the due date. That's Sunday night by midnight. Start attempt. And the directions are going to be here. Read chapters 1 through 7. For each chapter, post a takeaway, something you learned about read alouds. Takeaways can include questions, connections, quotes, surprises, agreements, disagreements, etc. I'd like you to have some kind of organization when you submit these takeaways. So you might have in bold chapter 1 takeaway and then post a connection for chapter 1. Chapter 2 takeaway in bold. Maybe post a question down here. But there should be a way I can tell which one is which for your chapter and your takeaway. And I suggest using headings as the bolded here, for example. And then when you're done, you press a submit. You can also make a Word document and you could just drag the file in here and it will upload. It's worth 15 points and press submit. So that is the first thing you do. Chapters 1 through 7 will go very quickly. I know when you see 7 chapters, you might panic. They're very, very short chapters. I'm pretty sure one of the chapters is like 4 pages long. So just make sure they're going to go really quickly, but just record a takeaway for each chapter and post to Blackboard. The other task is to find 2 read-alouds online and evaluate based on what you read from MEmFox. So scroll down back to the assignments. There's evaluate 2 read-alouds. Do it Sunday at midnight. Start attempt. Directions here. So you read chapters 1 through 7 and you find 2 read-alouds online. You can use YouTube or other websites where someone's reading along a picture book. There's a lot of public libraries who had videos online from COVID. Authors have their read-alouds on their own websites, so on and so forth. Watch the entire video, and you're going to write up a short evaluation using ideas from MEmFox and your personal experiences and observations. It needs to be at least 4 to 5 sentences long for each read-aloud. So here's a great way to format your evaluation. You have video 1, the source. So make sure you copy and paste like the link wherever you found your read-aloud. What's the title of the book, who read it, if you know who read it, and your evaluation. Again, 4 to 5 sentences long. Do it for the second video. Things to consider in your evaluation. So in these 4 to 5 sentences, things to consider. The pacing, how fast or slow, and was it effective? The volume, how do they use being loud or soft? Was it effective? Expression, changing voice for characters, building suspense, sound words, pausing. And because you have to have 4 to 5 sentences, you might consider a sentence for each. 1 for pacing, 1 for volume, 1 for expression, 1 for sound word, 1 for pausing. You can either type into the box here or you can do a Word document and submit. It's worth 20 points. So that's relation to MEmFox's read alouds. You're going to do the takeaways for each chapter and look at 2 read alouds online and post a short evaluation. The last thing you're going to be doing is reviewing assignment information for the one-pagers, which you'll be doing with When Stars Are Scattered. So there are 3 things: Thinking Made Visible by the New York Times, The Magic of One-Pagers by NCTE, and the assignment sheet. They're all listed right here: Thinking Made Visible, The Magic of One-Pagers, and One-Pager assignment sheet. So these are resources for you to see what one-pagers look like. Basically, a one-pager is a reading response to when you read a specified text. Now with the New York Times, teenagers read a piece written by the New York Times and they illustrated something like a one-pager in response to what they read. So you'll see here's an example of a one-pager. There's images, color, text, quotes, opinions, all sorts of things. And you can scroll down. How Wild Turkeys Find Love. All sorts of ones. So there's different ones about there's like a timeline here, different arrows. Florida's beekeepers reel from Hurricane Ian. So there's questions, all sorts of things here. You're also going to read the NCTE one-pager, which kind of goes into detail about what one-pagers is actually. Here's one about in response to a novel. Some more here. And then we have the assignment sheet. So you're going to be reading, the first novel is When Stars Are Scattered, and what's going to happen is you are going to read the novel and then you're going to create a one-pager. You could use Canva, Google Slides, anything that has some kind of a capacity to design a reading response using all the guidelines here. So make sure you read these 1 through 9, write the title and the author's full name, quoting phrases or lines, drawing images from the novel, creating a border. A border is what goes around like the top, the sides, the bottom. Defining 2 important words from the novel, how you connect with the novel, why a family or friend might want to read this novel, and using color to liven up the images. So please make sure you read this carefully, and what's going to happen is you are going to start reading When Stars Are Scattered and complete a 1-pager. Due at the beginning of Module 3. Submit to Major Projects in a Final Assessment folder. So scroll down here. There's 1-pager. Here are the resources again for Thinking Made Visible from New York Times, NCTE, the assignment sheet again, and please note 128, that is the beginning of Module 3. So you're going to click on here, submit, and you're going to drag and drop whatever you created for the 1-pager here. All right, so again, there are 2 different videos for this week. There's the introductory video for the entire class, which outlines the different expectations for children's literature, and then a weekly module video. I will create a video every week to explain what's going on for assignments, and please reach out to me via email or come see me in my office hours on Thursdays from 9:15 to 3:15. And it's going to be a great semester, and again, please email me if you have any questions with anything, and it's going to be a great semester. Thanks, everybody.